And hello and welcome to FanPark Live. Spurs bottle it again. Inexperience shone through at the wrong time. Juventus, the wily old dogs, tried and tested at this level. Twice they've been in the final over the course of the last few years. And their quality shone through. I'm joined by Loomis tonight. We want your calls, though, Spurs fans and neutrals alike, on 0203 606 0315 on this capitulation. And again, Spurs at the vital moments of massive games fall short under Maurizio Pochettino. Spurs fans, how do you feel about that? Before we go into it, though, remember to download that OneFootball app. The link is in the description below.
Click that now.
There we go. And also, if you want a little bit of a 15% discount on footballing goods, we've got a little link for you as well for that from at the UK soccer shop. Go and check that out. Spurs fans, you want to buy a pair of boots and go out there and do it for yourself, maybe give it a go. But I want to hear from you Spurs boys out there, because from my point of view on watching this game, you're in cruise control. Absolute cruise control. You've got Juventus in your back pocket. And then the one thing that Maurizio Pochettino directed these players to do is stay focused. Didn't happen. As soon as that focus went 2 goals in 3 minutes, you're out of the Champions League. And that great result last week in Turin flies out the window.
It means nothing now.
Absolutely nothing. So we want to hear from you right now. The lines are open. When you're ready, give us a bell. Give us your thoughts and feelings. But for me, I just think you've put another nail in the coffin of Harry Kane leaving. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
My name's Kieran. How you doing, Terry?
Hello, Kieran. What's your thoughts on that game from a Spurs point of view, mate?
Well, as an Arsenal fan, Spurs, I was actually cheering for Spurs as an Arsenal fan.
Why?
And they, as many English teams as we can get as far as possible in the Champions League would do. So I wanted them to get that goal towards the end.
So you're an Arsenal fan and you were cheering for Spurs?
Yep, I want English teams to go as far as possible.
This English team.
So you support Spurs?
No, I support Arsenal.
But you were supporting Spurs tonight?
Yeah, tonight I was.
I never really understand that concept.
I've never subscribed to that whole theory of...
They're rivals.
Not theory, philosophy of, supporting just because it's English teams, not me. These are my rival teams.
The only reason I said
these are the fans I have to deal with and hear it from every day.
Yeah.
Get out.
The only reason I wanted the English teams to go through is I wanted there to be some all-English clashes in the tournament.
I like that reasoning.
I actually think playing the English teams is potentially easier because you know more about them, potentially. But
see them go all the way to the semis, but don't win it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe, or to a final and lose. It might be more painful. That type of thing.
Yeah.
But Kieran, like when you look at Spurs tonight, though, what is it that went wrong for them in your eyes? Because they were cruising and then it literally fell apart. It crumbled and fell apart. And it's not the first time. FA Cup semi-final, whether it be challenging for the Premier League, at the most pivotal moments in games or at times of the season, this Spurs side have fallen apart. Why do you think that is?
I think with the mentality they have, they were dominating in the first half against Juve. They were dominating at the beginning of the second half, and then they got complacent and lost their heads, which allowed Juventus to come back into it. Their players just saw Spurs players get complacent, pushed, attacked. They got the first goal, they got the second, and Spurs were unable to come back from that.
Fair enough, mate. Look, we really do appreciate your call. Many more to get through tonight. Kieran, thanks very much, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers. A big question for you all as well. We're obviously going to speak Spurs. Are they legitimate, just bottle jobs? Great, great team, good football, but are they bottle jobs? That's the first question. We will speak Juve as well if you want to. How good are this team? I mean, they look dead and buried, then they come out of nowhere. But the also want to
showing through, man.
Always quality always does. Cream rises to the top. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name? Hello.
Hello.
Hello, mate. What's your name?
Simon.
Say that again.
Simon, yeah.
Who do you support?
Manchester City.
Okay, you're a Man City fan. So what was your thoughts on the Spurs-Juve game? You can't have been watching the Spurs-Juve game if you're a City fan. You should have been watching your team.
I was watching both.
You're watching both. A man that can multitask. You need to bottle that and sell it, mate. You'll be a billionaire. What's your views on the Spurs' performance tonight? Why did it fall Why'd they fall short again, and why did it fall apart?
Lack of experience for me, I think. They played well in the first half, like everyone can agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
But in the second half, 2 mistakes just cost them the tie, and I was really gutted. Me and my friends watching it were really gutted for Spurs because I just want English teams to do well, you know? And it was just really sad. Like 2 mistakes in like 4 minutes cost them the whole tie.
No, I understand that. Look, we were asking this question. Do you think this Spurs team has a problem with its bottle?
I think, yeah. I think the lack of experience and the lack of knowing how to deal with a Champions League tie just became too much for them.
No, I totally understand that, mate. Look, well done, obviously, yourselves. You lost. I think you lost the game tonight, didn't you, Man City 2-1?
Yeah,
but
we lost. Wait. The reason I called is because people have been saying, like, City are favorites and all that. And I genuinely think that the Champions League will not go to an English team this season.
Who do you think it'll go to?
Bayern Munich. I genuinely think it'll probably be like a Bayern Real Madrid final, something like that.
Okay.
I think the team that's going to go the furthest in the Champions League, it pains me to say, will probably be United because of the way Jose Mourinho plays, and his not like you can't lose a game if you don't concede. And United will just not concede a lot in the Champions League, and City just play way too open. City and Liverpool play way too open, and then Real Madrid or Barcelona could just pick us out.
maybe.
But United with Jose Mourinho's tactics pays me, obviously, can close out a team and close out a Real Madrid and stuff like that, and just nick a goal through Lukaku or Sanchez, and they're through.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Really appreciate your call, mate. Thank you very, very much.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Yeah, an interesting one. Like, oh, we've got another call straight away. We'll talk after. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name? Hello?
Chris, mate.
Hello, Chris. Who do you support?
Liverpool.
No Spurs fans have phoned us yet. Why? So from a Liverpool fan's point of view, what's your thoughts on tonight's game between Spurs and Juventus?
Well, I've not watched the game, mate, but yeah, I've been following it. But I mean, I just can't believe like Spurs are out. I mean, they're 1-0 up, and then in 5 minutes they've just blown it. And I really thought that Spurs were going to be contenders, like dark horses to win the Champions League, like Liverpool. And yeah, I just can't understand. I just can't believe that they're out, mate. To be honest.
Look, I think that the intent. What happened is they conceded that goal against the run of play for the equaliser. The intensity levels dropped. Their backsides went a bit, and that's when the inexperience came in. They conceded again. Davis was sitting 6-7 yards too deep, wasn't in line with it. If he'd have kept his line, Davis, that would have Dybala's goal would have been offside. And then they struggled. They couldn't get that intensity back, and that's when. You know, we saw this, in the 90s when Man United first broke back into the Champions League. They went out in many rounds where they were an amazing team, but they lacked the experience. We saw Chelsea struggle for many, many years until they finally won it. Yeah. I think it takes time for these teams that are new to Europe and new to the elite level of the game to understand the pressures, knockout football, away goals. I think all of that plays a factor. The question I would ask, you look at a Spurs side, obviously, excellent team, but not a great side yet. Do you think that they keep falling at the final hurdles, losing Premier League titles late on, semi-finals of the FA Cup tonight? Do you think they run the risk of losing their players like Harry Kane and Dele Alli if they don't win something substantial?
Even losing their manager.
Yeah, or Pochettino.
Yeah, mate. I mean, look, the way I see it, they've got a great squad, but as you said, they're not winning trophies, and it looks like they're probably the maximum we're going to get this year is come fourth in the league, because I don't see, obviously City are going to win the league comfortably. Then I think Liverpool and United are going to battle out for second and third, and then obviously Arsenal are completely out of it. So I think for that fourth spot, I think it's going to be between Chelsea and Tottenham. But yeah, I mean, if they don't win something sooner, I do feel like players like Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Christian Eriksen, I think they are probably going to leave. And yeah, I think just Tottenham, and also Pochettino, he's a great manager, but I think a big club will be calling them soon if like Spurs aren't winning like any trophies. No. So yeah, that's the way I'd look at it.
Totally understand, mate. Look, really appreciate your call here at FanPark Live. Thank you.
All right, thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Man. Thank you for your calls. I do really want to hear from some Tottenham fans on 0203 606 0315. Going to check out the OneFootball app now as ever. Remember, you can download this for free yourself. All the information is in the description below. And if you haven't done so already, whatever stream you're watching this on, I want some more views, more opinions. So to do that, smash the like button. It drives more things our way because I want some... Yeah, we're going to do a YouTube comment soon as well. Let's see who's been voted man of the match here. You can see already... Dybala voted 16,000 votes for him. Son coming second. Harry Kane third. Higuain. I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, Chiellini, sorry, only has 200 votes. I mean, that's crazy. I thought he was brilliant.
I think people overlook the defenders a lot of the time. Yeah, they do.
But he had a great game.
Credit, man.
Let's look at some of these stats.
There's so many yellow cards in the game.
I mean, look at that. First, you look at the attack. He had 23 attempts on goal. Spurs had 6 on target. Remember in that first half though, Juve had only 3 attempts, none on target.
Yeah.
They tripled that. And they got the 3 on target.
That
2 of them went in.
Talk, man. That half-time
Allegri's a top manager.
That's what we're saying.
And he's you know, very unlucky last year. I think if you come up against Real Madrid at the moment, you know, Ronaldo's goal-scoring record is what it is.
Asensio, the wonder kid.
Yeah, and they destroyed him in the end. But this Juve side are a top team. And I think maybe a bit of complacency came into Spurs. They were dominating the game. They thought, you know what, for the majority of the time in both legs. But they did it to Spurs, didn't they? In the first game in the opening few minutes, and they did it again in the 60th minutes. Just a slight lapse of concentration, 2 quick goals conceded, and at this elite level of football, you can't afford to do it.
And you know what's interesting? That caller said he found Spurs as a dark horse alongside Liverpool, his team. Liverpool, their defence is even worse than Spurs. So all it takes is that one moment
where you switch. Yeah,
exactly. Switch off. You can't switch off at this level. And look, punished.
Look at the defending here. 22 tackles from Juventus, 36 clearances. They literally in those dying sort of 20 minutes.
You see that? Who made that diving header clearance in the box? Who was that?
It might have been Chiellini. It might have been somebody. There were so many. I lost track. I know there was a squared ball from Son that was Harry Kane was going to tap in.
Line for the team,
and that's Italian defending. That's the one thing about Italian football. No matter they know how to defend properly. They know what they're doing in those situations. But remember, download that OneFootball app. Give it a little try. We're taking some more calls. Hello and welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hello. Hang on a minute. 1 minute. 1 minute, mate.
All right, mate. I'll wait for you.
All right, mate.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, mate. What's your name?
My name's Leo and I support Arsenal.
All right, mate.
Hey.
No.
You all right?
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Spurs being dumped out tonight?
Tottenham is shit, innit?
Buzzing.
Plain and simple shit, mate. That's all I wanted to say, really.
But
Tottenham is shit.
But come on, man.
If Spurs are as bad as you say you are, where does that, in your eyes, where does that leave Arsenal that are clearly way behind them?
Don't get me wrong, Arsenal is shit, mate, as well.
At least he owns it, man. At least he can own it, right? We're being balanced here.
Huh?
I said, at least we're being balanced, mate. You know what I'm saying? I'm an Arsenal fan as well, so I understand that,
Appreciate that call, mate.
That's it, mate. That's it, really.
Top man, thank you.
I didn't watch the game, but I'm so glad they lost. Come on, Juventus.
Do you know what? I know there are Spurs fans watching that won't like hearing that, but that's banter. That's football. It's
football, man.
There's a comment in here, and this for me, there's a comment on YouTube here, and I think this shows how warped. Maybe it's the Klopp effect. Maybe it's the Pep effect. But listen to this here. We'll put him through in 1 second. I want to go through something here. It says here, I might have just lost the comment, I might have moved it, but it says, another catastrophe because another team that parked the bus wins a game of football. And do you know what?
No.
This Klopp Pep mentality that it's all about just attacking is so wrong.
You need to be able to appreciate a good defensive performance.
Yeah, because if they opened up against Spurs, they would have lost tonight. They had to defend like that. They catch them on the counter, 2 quick goals, bang, they get out.
Yeah.
This is the problem I have with football fans now. They've become so, and this will happen. And then we're changing the subject slightly here. On Saturday, United Liverpool, Man United need to play counter-attack football. That's not parking the... It used to be called counter-attack football.
Yeah.
And maybe you just said it, whether you played it on a computer game or you played it in real life, it was you defend and you counter. Now people who don't play that football game is parking the bus.
Yeah, I was playing Specs on FIFA the other day, and I was doing the exact same thing, hitting on the counter. Oh, you're parking the bus. I don't like how you're playing, but I beat him, and he was still moaning.
It's not parking the bus. Parking the bus is when you don't try to attack.
When you don't try to attack.
When you just kick it long and you just hang out for a draw. They couldn't. Juve couldn't afford to do that. They had to score tonight to go through, and they did. Learn more about football, understand and appreciate that there are different styles and different ways of winning the game.
Watch some different leagues, man. I think cultured football.
Exactly, and that is Italian football, and it's been the same for decades. We've got a Spurs fan now that's coming through. If you do want to ring up and talk about parking the bus, feel free to. You will get shot down, though. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hello, this is a DC Spurs fan.
Yes, mate. How are you feeling after being dumped out like that, mate?
Commiserations.
Not particularly, obviously, not particularly. I'm feeling, as they say, jubilant. But they are very obvious. There's a rather obvious. I would look at it as a mismanagement of the game by Pochettino, because on another occasion, playing, I believe it's possibly one of the league games, etc., where the game was very tight, and the substitutions took place very, very late.
Yes, I know. I agree with that. He didn't make the changes sooner. But what do you think went wrong, though? 60 minutes into this game, Spurs were cruising. They conceded a goal. And for me, from an outsider looking in, I've said this a few times, Spurs, as great as they are, when the push comes to the shove and it gets to that pivotal moment, they lose their bottle for me. They lose their composure, they lose their intensity, and it falls apart at the most. Why do you think that keeps happening to Spurs?
Yeah, ironically enough, that's a very interesting point, because when it comes to game management, the idea is that obviously the dynamic of the game changes. So that means that you have to respond to the dynamics of the game. In this particular case, clearly the Juve manager had words with the players, etc., and said, you know what, you need to change the dynamic of this game. They did that. It had a great effect. The difficulty then is that we did not respond in kind in time. So by the time you start making substitutions where you're sitting either 15 minutes before the 90 minutes, it's simply too late. So you've got to give your own people more time in order to be able to adjust to the dynamics of the new game, etc., as it moves along. That way, then you are able to at least, if anything, pull out a consolation goal.
Yeah, look, I appreciate everything you're saying there. Are you, in terms of Maurizio Pochettino, now he's done a fantastic job at your club. Do you think he, or some of your top players, do you think there's a risk that you could lose him or lose some of your best players due to the fact that you're not winning trophies, or do you still think there's a lot more life left in this Spurs squad? Do you think they'll stay together, generally speaking, for another few years? Or are you concerned about it?
Like all other Spurs fans, there's an obvious concern. More than likely, your top players may look elsewhere, particularly if you have very lucrative offers coming in. You can't say no to those. So the difficulty now is that they only have the FA Cup, and again, like this particular competition, the games in there will equally be just as tight. So you must be able to respond to game dynamics. So in my particular case, I would say yes, there's a definite risk of losing the top players.
There we go.
Do you fancy your chances in the FA Cup?
I'm quietly confident.
Okay.
Mate, I really appreciate your call. I'm very sorry about the result tonight, mate. All right, you take care of yourself, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Very respectful call. Man, good insight, good analogy. On the Ultimate Football Fan YouTube channel, we have had a super chat, which is a paid chat. Someone's comment, so I have to read this out because they're paid for it to be done. And I have to be honest, and it just basically says from Leon, says that North London is always red.
That's good money spent.
Yeah, if you do a super chat, I will read it out. I have to. That's like the unwritten laws of YouTube. If you don't know already, if you want your comments read out, you can put them on super chat.
Get the monies in.
Your comment will guaranteed be read out if you do super chat. Simple and straightforward as that. This is Christopher. This is a guy from earlier. Christoph says Juve parked the bus. They had a low block on constantly. A low block on constantly. What the hell does that mean?
Don't know.
Low block on constantly. For the most part, 11 men behind the ball. They obviously came out of their shells in the second half because Son scored, but they was a big yellow park bus. Sorry, Christoph. I am going to have to be really harsh here, mate. You're an idiot. You're a fool. Do you not understand tactics? Do you not understand the fact that Juve had to score? They were always going to remain as tight-knit as they could in the opening stages of the game, because the longer that game went on and Spurs were only 1-0 in front, or it was at 0-0, the nerves would get to Spurs because a quick goal from Juve could change the tie. Juve did the right thing. They reserved. They kept their shape. Yes, they conceded, but their tactics clearly worked. They're through to the next round. When they had to attack and come forward, they did 2 quick goals and then back to being defensively astute. There is nothing wrong with that. This idiotic, nonsense approach to football. And I'll give you an example here. When your team's attacking, you're clearly a Man City or a Liverpool fan or a Jose hater. That's why you're saying this. One of the 3 things.
I could tell you've been having to make this defence all season.
Yeah, but it's, I'll give you an example. So we know Liverpool done well, but 1-0. Pep Guardiola's doing an amazing job. But look at Arsenal for a minute here. And I know it's off the subject again, but I think it's important to address this for football fans out there. Arsenal, the reason why I've seen Arsenal get obliterated in so many games against top sides is because of game management. They're all out of attack. They leave too much room at the back. Yeah. They very rarely, especially if they go away from home and defend well and counter. When Arsenal have done that, they've had great results. But then they play other games where they're just as open as a prostitute's legs, and they get absolutely ripped apart and destroyed. And if Juve tonight were open, if they were affording lots of space, if they were letting Harry Kane and
playing right into Tottenham,
they would have gone out. So why are you going to do that, Christoph? You are a bona fide idiot. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Wagwan.
Hello, mate. It's Callum.
Callum, how are you?
I'm alright, mate. How are
Good.
you?
I'm very well. Remind everybody who you support.
I support Arsenal.
Okay, what's your thoughts on Spurs being knocked out tonight?
Well, in my opinion, it's great because they were the only ones out of the English teams that I didn't want to win it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a very good. I thought the tactics change from Allegri were amazing. I thought that Chiellini has Harry Kane in his pocket, in my opinion.
I mean, Harry Kane was a bit unlucky tonight. Hit the post, nearly went in. But look, he's up against one of the best centre backs in the world, and these things, these things are going to happen.
Did Allegri make a case for you tonight to take over from Wenger?
Oh yeah, I've wanted Allegri for ages. Yeah, man. To be honest.
It's a good shot, man.
But I just wanted to say on, the one that went off the line, the header. To be fair, if Lamela goes through with that, it's going in, but he stops and then Barzagli, I think it is, or someone kicks it out. I think Lamela was a bit stupid then, in my opinion.
How many games has Lamela played this season?
Not many. It still doesn't look right to me. And I had a long time out. Look, I think I know the substitutions didn't work out so well. Looking at the game, I feel it was a mentality issue. I honestly feel it was a mental block and a mental issue that Spurs were suffering with. I don't think it matters who they were bringing on. It just didn't look like anything was going to come together after conceding those 2 goals, and that was down to a bit of naivety, maybe even a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for here? A bit of complacency, because it had been so easy for them, and they switched off. And once they switched off, they got caught cold on the chin, as it were, and they could never recover. And it's a shame. Look, Callum, really appreciate your call, mate. Thank you very, very much.
Take care.
Yeah, Spurs' biggest criticism is that they bottle it, and they have again tonight. So.
Thank you very much, Callum. I don't disagree. I think that's very, very true. But I'm still getting lots of comments from here saying that Juve parked the bus tonight. I think we've got a Juventus caller on the line now. Ooh. Let's have a little bit of a chat. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Buongiorno.
Hello, my name is Seed.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Yeah, Juventus supporter.
Excellent, excellent. Look, I'll go straight into this one thing. A lot of people are saying you guys parked the bus tonight and you were boring. What would your response to that be as a Juve fan?
No. For us, it was the difference between us and Tottenham was the experience.
Yes.
If you look at the way we was organised, the way our centre-backs, they dropped deep, and our wing-backs pushed forward as well, we went for the kill, We had 2 chances, 2 goals. It's clinical finishing. That's the way in Europe. It's the experience that got us through today. I don't agree with this parking the bus or anything like that, because at the end of the day, well, Tottenham should have defended the 2 goals better than you could say. That's the thing. We didn't play the best football, but you know, in Europe, you'll get maybe 1 or 2 chances, and the other team will score. So that was the difference as well. The killer killer touches and killer goals.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what were your thoughts as well on the substitutions from Allegri? They seemed inspired to me. They were fantastic.
Yes, but what happened was the centre-backs dropped slightly, and we pushed the wing-backs, Asamoah and Lichtsteiner, forward, and then we got the balls in as well. I thought Davis was suspect at times as well, especially when Lichtsteiner came on and then put the balls in. But also as well, your forwards have got to score the chances, you see. So 2 chances as well. Dabala, brilliant finish. Higuain, great goal as well. And that's the difference.
Higuain,
that's the top European sort of competition you have.
No, look, I completely and utterly understand what you're saying. What's your viewpoint as well? Obviously, you watch football from a different country, and I know you probably do watch Premier League football as well. But obviously, you know, being a Juve fan, it's where your heart is. There's a lot of talk, and we've brought it up tonight. A lot of football fans at the moment in England get very angry and very triggered over any team that plays defensively or plays counter-attack football or even defends well. There's almost this wave overtaking English football right now that says everybody needs to open up and just simply throw everybody forward and attack, and that's how, you know, every game should be 7-6. As a supporter of Italian football, which is very much based on structure, building teams from the back, moving forward, what would your opinion be and views on that?
For me personally, you can't just be sort of just attacking all the time and leaving your centre backs or your midfielders exposed. You got to kind of strike a balance between the two as well. But I don't agree that we are like a defensive team as well. If you look at the way we counter attack, it was 2 quick goals. It was so exciting, you know, the way we scored 2 in a few minutes. So I disagree. Maybe the Premier League is different. It's more possession-based now with Guardiola. So, but I don't agree as well. It's the end of it's a matter of results as well. Nobody's going to say, did Juventus play good football against Tottenham in 5 years' time? So,
totally agree with you, my friend. Thank you very much for your call. We really appreciate it tonight.
Take care, man.
Bye.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Really do want to hear from some more Spurs fans. Remember, you can call us on 0203 606 0315. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name? Hello?
I got stuff out of on.
What?
I got stuff out of on.
Go on, say it again. We can't hear you.
Say it slower.
I've got stuff up my bum.
Yo, lock off the phone, man.
Okay, does it hurt? Or do you like it?
I've got stuff up my bum.
Yo, I'm lock off a call. Hold on, lock off the call.
That button, yeah. See you later. I got stuff on.
Yo, I'm to them boy, man. Yeah.
Thank you. I love you guys.
Why?
Rossi's waiting, mate. Getting himself ready for you, brother. Tottenham's scared FC. That's not very good. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hi, Dan. My name is Zach.
Hello, Zach. Who do you support, my friend?
Well, I am a Tottenham fan. A bit of a suffering one at that. Because as soon as the goal went in, the first goal, I was like, not again. And then the second goal goes in, and it's like, we've been here before every year in Europe, where Spurs have done it to themselves rather than the other team really taking them apart.
Yeah.
And it's like, when are they going to learn that you didn't even have to score tonight? But they went and they got the first goal anyway.
Yeah.
But then in the second half, just like, keep the ball, keep your shape. There's no need to be going all-out attack. Like, people are saying Juventus part of the bus. I don't agree with that. They played European football the way they know how to.
Yep.
and they show the experience that Tottenham are lacking. You know, they need an old head in their defence, or even maybe Pochettino needs to be calming them down in the half-time team.
When you look at this Spurs team, though, you would say the one thing, you've got some players that are in their late 20s and are very experienced. When I go through the team, and maybe you can point somebody out to me that has done this, if I'm missing the point, but there isn't, when I say winners, there aren't many players in there that have won numerous league titles, even in England or away from England. There aren't Champions League or Europa League winners. If you get where I'm coming from, there's not many players within your very good squad with some great players, but none that have got over that finish line and know what it's like to taste victory. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
No, I get that completely. I mean, I think Serge Aurier has won with PSG, but
yes,
he wasn't in the team. But apart from that, they don't have the experience of winning, so they don't know how to win. And it's a paradox because you have to win first, but they're never going to get there. It's like even in the FA Cup, they can beat any of those teams in there, but when it comes to the actual games, the other managers have winners and managers who've won.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. So if they get broken up, then they'll never win anything. They have to keep together and get in another winner, even if it is an old head. They need to buy somebody.
Yeah. Well, we had this conversation earlier, and look, I think sometimes, I know Arsenal fans did this a lot, and I hear Spurs fans doing it. They'll finish fourth or third, but then they'll say how happy they are with the fact they've done that, and their net spend is in plus 10 or whatever.
Not me.
No, not all Arsenal. I've heard a lot of Spurs fans say it. And my point is this with Spurs: if there is the money there, wouldn't you rather your net spend be minus 120 million, but you go out there and, as you say, buy a player who's won, a couple of players who've won Premier Leagues or La Ligas, won Champions League, to add quality and that experience? Like this notion that, well, you know, we're building it from spending very little money in terms of net spend. I look at that and just think, why would you celebrate that? Because that's the difference between Spurs, for me, being a very good side and being a team that actually wins trophies. And
being a top side.
Yeah, and I feel sorry for him because some of the football Spurs play is brilliant. You've got some literally, Harry Kane, world class. Yeah. Son, he's bordering that level. You know, the Spurs have got, for me, have had the best two defenders in the Premier League of the last 3 or 4 years. Yeah. But there isn't that winning mentality there, and that includes the manager. And I mean, no disrespect to Poch.
Do you know, as an Arsenal fan, people will look back at these past 3 years, and throughout most of them, Spurs have been better than Arsenal in the league. And when we go back years from now and look back at the history books, no one's going to know how well Spurs were playing. They're just going to see who won what. And that's unfortunate for the team, man, because even this year, you lot have been kicking on as well, and I thought you'd probably progress to the next round, to be honest with you. I didn't want to say it.
So did I.
I thought it was going to happen. But there you go, Spurs are bottled it again.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do you think what do you think about the FA Cup though? Hopeful?
Not really. Well, they're gonna. You know what? They have to, because if they don't win that, then they're gonna be trophyless again. If they win that, then I think they keep the players that want to leave, and then they keep it together.
But if you lose that, man, are cutting in it. And you know, Toby wants to stay in London. I've heard rumours, man.
Oh, well, he's going to Arsenal, yeah?
I didn't say he's going to Arsenal. Arsenal's not the only team in London, man.
Watford.
Arsenal's not the only team in London, man.
Mate, really appreciate your call. Thank you very, very much.
All right.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
All right.
There's a comment here I want to address. It's regarding tonight's game. It's from Ian McDade, who says, shocked at Terry's Okay, one sec. He says, shocked at Terry's disingenuous lies about defensive football. No one is critical of Italian style when he knows it. They were
literally just being critical of Italian style. That's literally what.
Because my point is, I'm not being critical of the Italian style. I'm saying people are referring to Juve as parking the bus. My analogy is the fact that I think they're clearly Liverpool fans, or they hate, or it's a hate of. It sounds weird, but it's a hate of Jose Mourinho. It now means that anybody that plays counter-attack football or pragmatic football is going to be labelled as parking the bus, and I think it shows a lack of education on football and a lack of tactical awareness, because it's.
But I will say, using Jose Mourinho as an example, he does part the boss a lot, though.
No, he does, but it's the way he plays games.
I know sometimes it's needed,
It's sometimes, and there's a balance.
He sometimes
tonight is when you need to do it, and that's the point. And I totally agree with that. Yeah. But the problem is you can't label everyone that plays like sort of forget United for a minute. You can't label Juve tonight parking. Tonight was the most perfect thing they could have done. So and to not notice that, it shows a lack of knowledge that you have, or you're just literally blinded by hate.
Football's a game where you have to adapt, you have to change, you have to, you know, move with the game. And, you know, tonight, based on the way the game was set up for Juventus, they just had to hold back, wait and hit them. And
absolutely.
Them, you know?
We have a video that's been sent in by the gentleman from We Are Tottenham TV. Is that ready? Yeah, it's ready. So we're going to get that through to you right now, and we'll be back with you in a few moments. Enjoy.
Absolutely fuming, absolutely gutted. What are you saying, lads?
3 unhappy guys.
Yeah.
3 unhappy guys. 75% of the game we were happy and joyful, and it was great.
I thought
25% bad.
I thought we did more than enough to win that game today. First half, Son had Barzagli on toast.
Yeah.
And we should have been 2-3 up in that first half.
And Dembele was controlling the centre absolutely brilliantly.
I think it was just a classic case of not taking your chances while you're ahead. You have to kill this game while there's only one goal in it.
Another Italian job.
Exactly.
Chelsea.
You got Juventus credit for how they defended in like the last half an hour, but it was such a pain that obviously not a pain, but it was such a wasted opportunity. I feel on both legs. Juventus probably had the better of the 15 minutes over both legs.
Yeah.
And to go out in this manner is so disappointing, considering the chances we created and the chances we limited Juventus to at the end of the day was pretty.
Yeah, well, we almost had a goal in the last minute. We hit the post.
they brought Barzagli into the centre, and
now has that changed the game?
And their defence really held out from there.
Once they brought on Liechtensteiner, they were so much better. Barzagli wasn't getting exposed on right back. Son just wasn't getting as much joy. And to hit the post right in the
Llorente when he came on.
I thought Spurs looked a lot more threatening when Llorente came on. He was winning a few headers.
Not from the first half, but yeah.
Yeah, and I'm saying for the last half an hour, and we hit the post right at the end. I think Harry Kane rolled across the line.
It's just so gutting to go out like this after being the better side over 2 legs, more than the better side to be honest.
It's really gutting.
I just can't take it.
It's just Spurs, Spurs of old, but just got the FA Cup now to look forward to and fight for the league.
More important state to come within the first 4, so we're in the Championship next year. Because back at the lane, we'll have every chance of going forward. We've still got a very young team.
Yeah,
I like your positive.
Yeah, positive.
Got to be positive.
Vibes.
Got to be positive.
It's hard to be positive.
At the moment, it's very hard to be positive after playing so well and going out like that.
Right.
But we move on.
You can never switch off for 1 second against a team as good as Juventus, and that's the lesson we learn.
And that is why they've been to the final 2 of the last 3 years. To be honest,
100%.
Yeah,
got to give them credit. All right,
okay.
Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards. Come on, you Spurs.
We are live. We're back. Hello. Thank you, gentlemen. Some very. I still hear a lot of pride in their voice, but obviously very disappointed that Spurs have gone out. We are going to take a couple of more calls before the end of this live stream. So 0203 606 0315. And if you haven't done so already, get the OneFootball app downloaded, please. It helps support this. I know so many of you enjoy this show now. We get massive numbers every single night across all of our platforms. So please keep downloading.
Download that, man. It's a good app.
It is a good app. It's free. You don't get many things in life for free.
Yeah, man.
Like Oxygen, the OneFootball app, my gorgeous smile. Especially you, the man who put things up your bum. You might like it. I don't know. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Joe.
Hello, Joe. Who do you support, mate?
Tottenham.
Tottenham. You sound despondent, mate. How are you feeling after that result tonight?
Tottenham.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
What are you not happy about? What is it specifically?
The ref.
What about the ref?
For not giving the penalty in the first half.
Man could have done a better job.
Yeah, but you guys should have conceded a penalty. So it was swings and roundabouts with those decisions, weren't it?
Not really. The penalty. Think about there were 2 handballs in the box.
They weren't handballs.
They were. Still.
Were they deliberate?
I don't know if they're deliberate, but it doesn't matter if it's deliberate.
It does.
That's the rule.
Not really.
The law is ball to hand or hand to ball. If it's ball to hand, it means it's accidental, which means it's not a penalty.
If his hand was away from his body,
then it is a
handball.
If it was in an unnatural position, but when you're sliding on the floor, your arm's on the floor, like there was no movement. Anyway, apart from the referee, because the referee didn't make Spurs concede 2 goals in 3 minutes. Do you feel your team bottled it tonight, or do you think it's more just of a lack of experience?
Some players didn't do well under the pressure, but some players played a lot better than I thought they would, like Sanchez.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, why can't they handle the pressure, these players? Again, is it lack of experience, or is it, as some Spurs fans are pointing out, that, you know, this team has a tendency to bottle big moments? What's your opinion on that?
Bottle, because you don't have the experience. We're not one of them clubs that have been bought out and we've been doing this for years. If you get what I mean.
Has Alderweireld played any games in the Champions League for you guys this season?
Pardon?
Has Alderweireld played any Champions League games this season for you, man?
Well, I don't even know about that. I can't even lie.
You don't know?
Nah.
Oh.
What did you ask him?
If Alderweireld's played any Spurs games in the Champions League.
I don't think. I think he might have played an early group game potentially, but he's injured again now anyway. So he's out and about. Look, I mean, are you worried as a Spurs fan? We've asked a few this question tonight about losing your best players because you can't win trophies, or do you think Pochettino and Levy will be able to keep these people together?
I think we'll keep them because we're not a team with money, so like it's like a family team, if you get what I mean. Like we've got that chemistry. All the players are like family to each other, and that it's not about money when it comes to Tottenham.
Then why does Danny Rose want to leave, and why did Carl Walker leave?
Yeah.
Because they're not real Tottenham players.
What's a real Tottenham player?
A player that plays with passion.
Didn't Carl Walker play with passion when he played for you, man?
He did play with passion, but money caught his eye. That's not proper.
I don't think it was just the money, though.
Yeah, he wanted to win trophies. He just didn't wanna. He wanted to win trophies quickly, and obviously he's making a good move for his career. But I can't respect that.
So you can't respect someone that
making a good move for their career.
Would you, like, everyone does that in life, don't they?
If legends don't really cut corners like that, if you get what I mean, it's better to be the underdog.
Well, he could go on to City to be a legend. You know what I mean? He doesn't really owe Tottenham anything.
If he wins the Champions League and Premier League, for instance, this season in a double, he'll be a legend at Man City for the rest of his life.
True, but a legend at Man City, the chances are Man City will end up the fucking, sorry for swearing.
It's all right.
The champion, like the chairman, will go bankrupt in like 20 years or end up getting sold off.
The owners
doesn't work like that in Dubai.
For him to go bankrupt, like America's going to have to go invade. Like that's the geezer's worth hundreds of billions of pounds. That's impossible.
Doesn't work like that over there, mate.
And it doesn't matter even if Man City win big trophies this year. If they shut down and never play football again, he would still be a legend in the eyes of those fans.
City fans will still exist. They'll still have those memories. He'll be a legend.
Had a very good season. I'm not going to lie about that.
I get that. Look, I think, from my point of view, Spurs are a very good side. They're not a great side yet because they haven't
won anything.
They haven't won. I think you need to transform this into a winning trophy to be considered a great side. They play great football. They've got great players, but in terms of a team, just very good.
Yeah,
my concern,
a legacy,
is that whether it's an FA Cup semi-final, it's tonight, it's pushing for that Premier League title. When it gets to those real pivotal moments, and I said to a caller earlier, and I would love your opinion on this, sir, is would you not rather see your club now go into the summer, spend 150, 200 million pounds on 2 or 3 established winners that have won titles, whether it be in France, Italy, Germany, that can come into this team you've got and inject a winning mentality over just having lots of young and really good players, but no one that's really won anything?
Not at all. I'm sorry for that, not at all. Because look, think about this, yeah. Which was a better thing, yeah. Like when Leicester won the league, being the underdogs, no one expected them to really win it. Or when a team like Chelsea or Man U win the league like every other year.
Look, what Leicester did was amazing, there's no doubt, but one, I would say you have a much better squad than that Leicester City team.
Yeah, and
on top of that,
you have a better pedigree in general than Leicester do.
Look,
in the Premier League.
True, but
I get your point. It's a very, very good point. My only caveat to that would be what Leicester did probably won't happen again for 20, 30, 40 years. If you're willing to wait that long, and you also have to remember that, and I mean no disrespect to Leicester, that year City flopped, Arsenal flopped, Chelsea flopped, United weren't back to their best. Like for Spurs to win like that, you're going to need every other team to fall by the wayside. Imagine you went out this summer and you went and bought, let's just say for instance, you bought Verratti. Let's say you went out and bought Chiellini that they have in centre-back position tonight, and you went out and bought, I'm just going to throw a name out here. You went and got, Suarez might be too good, but let's just throw him in there. I'm just throwing names out there. I'm not saying they're realistic, but true world-class winners. You spent £220 million. Your squad would have more chance of winning big trophies, right or wrong?
Yeah, obviously, yeah, that's true, but I want to be a team of passion rather than a team of money, if you get what I mean.
You see, sometimes, them man play with passion. I know Suarez is a player, he plays with passion.
Yeah.
He's motivated by scoring goals. He'd do anything to win. He's a dirty guy, but that dirty side of him comes from passion. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'd rather buy someone like Sessegnon, so by the time he reaches, think about most of our squad. Most of them are.
I think your team now is not. It's not the Sessegnon that you need. You need the guy that's been the guy to come and Then later on you can go get the Sessegnon. But right now you need that guy that can drive the team forward. That when the first goal goes in today, he's the one who can be saying like, what the fuck's going on here? Come on, let's put.
Been in
forward,
that position,
you know
but mate, look, I really respect your opinions. You know, they're well thought out. You can back up what you say and think, and I always ask for that on this show. Yeah. You know, I may not agree with you, but you can back up your point of view. Exactly, and that's how it should be. I always challenge people. I do call people names sometimes, but that's when they sit there and say, "Oh, it's because that's what I think." Mate, an amazing call. Thank you very, very much. Best caller of the night. Thank you.
Bless up.
Yeah, it's cool. See you later.
See you later, mate. Thank you. And that's what I always ask for on this show. It's like if you ring up and you've got a viewer opinion, give it. But I'm going to challenge. Sorry, what did you say, mate? Okay, cool. We'll do that. All right, cool. We've got another video coming through for you from somebody called George. Who? I don't know. Sometimes I can be talking and then someone talks in my ear and it's like I can't multitask because I'm like I have no idea what. I know he hates when I say this, but Javon, I don't.
Javon. Javon.
See, they're speaking into my ear again as we speak right now. This guy's a moron. Who? Oh, Ian, are you talking about me? Oh, no. Loomis is going to tickle my neck. What?
What?
I know.
What?
Wow.
Yo, cool.
Chelsea are
Chelsea
the only team in London remaining in the UEFA Champions League. Hang on. Don't celebrate that just yet, Chelsea fans, because you are still in it, but only because you haven't played your game yet. Does that make sense? Like, get into the quarterfinals, then you boast that. That's very, very silly. Jeremy Anderson here just posting pictures of champagne bottles. Who do you think he supports?
He can support anyone.
Leighton Orient, maybe. I don't know.
What's this? What's this?
It's my water.
No, what's that?
Oh, it's a bottle. Sorry, I was so... Wait, it's my water. Right, the video we got from George Achillia. Who's that?
Man, like George Achillia.
Oh, I don't know all these things. You've got to remind me. I'm very sorry, George, with the Tottenham channel. We're sticking your video on there, bruv.
Yeah,
let's go!
What is up, Ultimate Football fans? It's George Achillia here, and I've just come out of the Spurs Juventus game in the Champions League. And honestly, I can't lie, I'm absolutely gutted. I felt like we played so well, especially across both games. Against Juventus, the giants in the Italian league, I felt like we did so well. But unfortunately, we couldn't find the goals. After 22 shots in this game, we only scored once. They only had 9, but they scored 2, and that's what they needed to do. After that, they just sat back, defend, do what the Italians do best, sit back, and we just couldn't really break them down after that. Couple of chances at the end, but really not enough to go on and win the game. And I just feel a bit sick. I'm a bit annoyed. I feel like we could have done the substitutions earlier and they didn't, but they were the right substitutions to do in the end. And unfortunately, we're not going to be in the next round of the Champions League. So FA Cup would be fantastic. Let's try and win that and have a good season. Come on, you Spurs.
There we go. Thank you very much. Somebody said, man looks like Harry Potter. So does the plug. He does. That proper man looks like the plug. The Harry Potter look-alike transfer specialist gunshotter. There he is. There we go. There we go. Listen, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in to FanPark Live this evening. Man. Commiserations to Tottenham. Make sure you download the One Football app. The information is in the description below. As we always say, it supports us. If you haven't got it already, what are you doing? Please do it. It's free.
All football fans, you should have that app, really.
And that's come from... This man is the social media king. If you want to speak to this man...
Luma7 on Twitter, Instagram, social media, everything. Luma7, done now.
That's the one. And also, if you want to buy some footballing goods as a present or for yourself, 15% discount.
What kind of goods are we talking?
It depends. Goalkeeping gloves.
Nice.
Footy boots. Ooh. Shin pads. Socks. Shorts. Jock straps. Anything. There's all sorts of things. And literally, the UK Soccer Shop, everything football related is on there. There's
description, subscribe.
Yeah, 15% discount below, so go check it out. Everyone, thank you for tuning in as ever. If you haven't done so already, smash that like button on whatever platform you're watching. Make sure you're a subscriber to the Ultimate Football Fan as well.
Download
Take
the
care.
app.
I'll be back. I'm not going to be here the rest of the week. I'm going to Prague for my little brother's stag do.
Get on it.
So, yeah, absolutely buzzing, mate. It's going to be a cross between the In-Betweeners and the Hangover. That's the kind of vibe we're going for, you know what I'm saying? So, hopefully I come back in one piece. Everyone take care. God bless. Love you all from the bottom of one's heart. And again,
Wakanda forever.
Well done, Juve.